press tab to view your rig, because no one's pressed their inventory button so far. Are you kidding me? Anyway, here's a perfect example of a power node literally just floating out in space for you to grab. And one thing I want to say is that, yeah, there are some gorgeous shots we'll be seeing of space in this game. The lighting in this game is top-notch, as well as the sound design, because in space, no one can hear you stomp. But at least Isaac can mumble to himself, fuck. This is a big room. I'm sure nothing of any disastrous will occur at all. And let's just maybe use Kinesis to maybe grab a couple of these things. There was nothing in there. Am I crazy? Whatever. Oh, God. Okay, first boss, the tripod! Oh, Jesus. Well, there goes most of my health. So the tripod, I believe that's what it's called, is a little bit hard to deal with because it loves to move around. So, as you can see, it's just going to be chasing us non-stop. Thankfully, it's a perfect example of using stasis to your advantage. And we already got rid of one of his limbs, so that'll make it a lot easier to stop him from catching up on us. I'm out of stasis right now, actually. No. There we go. Yeah, one thing to note, I believe Isaac's run speed gets worse the lower health you get, I think. Or it could just be the animation changes, but it feels like you run slower, because that thing was catching up to me pretty quick. Anyway, let's just grab a reward. Oh, Jesus! Nice try.
That thing was angry. Dana, I'm out of the hospital.
Okay, the tram station is just beyond the apartment block.
Hang on. I need more answers. How long have I been here?
3 years.
Holy fuck.
Hyman found you floating in space near Aegis 7 and brought you here for study.
Why can't I remember anything?
The marker you found imprinted your brain with a self-replicating signal. The longer you're awake, the more the signal spreads. It's killing you, Isaac. Tyven tried to keep it in check with memory suppressants.
You said you're gonna fix it, right?
Only if you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.
Damn. Okay, well, good to know. Anyway, I actually won't be, oh god, we actually have a lot of stuff to sell. Whatever, we'll find another store soon enough, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I could use some healing right now, because I do have a lot of med packs in my inventory, but again, med packs are extremely useful because they're very plentiful, and a small med pack sells for 1,000, so you can actually make a lot of money real quick just by selling med packs. And to be perfectly honest, I really don't feel like I need to heal right now, because I can actually show another mechanic that was also in Dead Space 1 that I believe I showed off maybe once. It's just a little trick you can do to save just a little bit of cash. Phew. And sweet, another store. Like I said, Chapter 2.
Listen up. This is Sorensen from CEC. Cut off their limbs. It's the only way they go down. It's their limbs. That's the secret. Comms are down. We can't get a broadcast out, so tell everyone you see.
Man, I don't know why they keep constantly saying, like, oh, you gotta take off their limbs. Like, I guess just in case you haven't played Dead Space 1. Because this game did have like a much bigger marketing campaign and everything, so I'm sure there were some people who played Dead Space 2 before 1, including me. I actually, my first foray into Dead Space was watching a bit of a playthrough of 2, and that's what got me interested, because this looked really cool. Like, I just didn't think it'd be my kind of game, but it looked really cool, and ended up getting into it, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, back to the store, and let's actually just go to the shop, and oh, wow. Yeah, so just another really shitty thing. I was just about to say, like, oh, that's weird how they're all here, and then I remembered something. So yeah, not only does it clog up the inventory with all of this nonsense, but because this is in the inventory, the game is like, okay, well, we should let you buy ammo for all these guns then. So basically, all the ammo for every single gun in the game is now in your inventory, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. I think, like, you might be able to save file edit and, like, go into the config and, like, change a 1 to a 0 or something to turn off the DLC, but again, There's no obligation to buying it. It's just a big inventory clog when you're at the shop, and it's really ugly. Really, really ugly. Anyway, so we actually have access to the line gun and stuff. Legit, not DLC. Anything that's not DLC usually will be at the top, but sometimes it'll get mixed in, don't worry. Basically, the easiest way to tell if it's DLC is if it's free or not, because if it's not free, then it's actually in the base game, and if it's free, then it's dirty, dirty DLC. Again, I don't have problem with if you are the kind of person who like buys DLC and uses it, that's totally fine. Just the fact that they forced it on you. They force all of the DLC and all of this menu clutter on you for the PC version just really blows. But again, it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, so I'm not actually going to buy the line gun or anything, or any of the suits, so let's just go back to our inventory, and let's actually get rid of some of these, because I do not need them. And we actually do not have a lot of plasma energy to work with right now, but again, I'm feeling extremely confident, so I don't think I actually need to buy more. And now I can show off that little trick that I was telling you about. So this is the bench. Returns from Dead Space 1, obviously, and functions identically, because it's Dead Space 2. And basically what you can do is, just like in Dead Space 1, if you upgrade your health, which I'll do right now, if you actually check out your health bar, upgrading your health will actually return your health to full. Beautiful. I love the way the rig looks in this game, too. Like, it looked a lot, like, shittier, for lack of a better word, in the first game. Like, it was just a solid color, but, like, in this game, it's full-on lighting, and as you'll see in other areas, like, it really does full-on light up the area. It's really neat. Anyway, going back to the bench for a little bit, let's actually, I always like spending the first 3 on HP, because if you just spend 3 of your nodes, you can just very easily get another 2 HP increases, which really helps out. I mean, I could save that extra hit point thing for healing me if I get hit, but let's be honest, I'm never going to get hit again, so you can take my word on that. Anyway, let's just obviously upgrade the damage of the plasma cutter, because, spoiler alert, we're going to be using the plasma cutter for the entirety of the game, because it's extremely useful. One cool thing they also added is that every single weapon in the game has a special. So usually a special is at the end of the tree, so you have to work your way just to get to it, but in this case, basically it just has like incendiary shots, which doesn't set the target on fire like the description says. Essentially all it does is just makes your shots pack a little more punch and give like a tiny bit of fire damage, a la the flamethrower, but it doesn't actually set the whole target ablaze, unfortunately. And you can also upgrade stasis, and that too, and I'm sure we'll be able to upgrade everything that we want to upgrade. Just like Dead Space 2 or Dead Space 1, I plan on running 2 weapons for the game, and I already told you what weapon I was going to be using in Dead Space 1 playthrough if you watched that, but we'll get to it eventually because it's a weapon from Dead Space 1 and it is made infinitely better in Dead Space 2. Anyway, speaking of infinitely better, watch out for this guy, because this guy loves running. I really like how some of the Necromorphs, like, some more of their skin is peeled off than the other ones, and it's really creepy. Oh. Whoops, I don't know why I fired, whatever. EarthGov.
Attention, this is Director Tideman. A station-wide emergency is in effect. In accordance with Titan Station Civic Code, I am declaring martial law. All citizens are ordered to evacuate. Looters will be shot on sight.
So this is the guy that was holding us hostage for those 3 years. Don't like the look of him. Anyway, one thing you might have noticed is that I actually saved 1 power node. And that's because, again, I would highly recommend saving 1 power node at all times for power node locks, which you can unlock with said power node. And yes, there's one immediately after. And we can just grab a ton of loot, including the most important schematic in the game. I'm surprised it didn't actually pop up what schematic it was, but basically you get the power node schematic. So yeah, if you don't get that, you cannot make power nodes. I'm joking. Holy fuck, this game would be evil if that was the case. If you miss that one room, then you can never buy power nodes. No. Pretty sure how schematics work is that essentially if you get a schematic, then you can just bring it to the shop, and it'll activate in your. You can buy it in your shop. However, if you miss a schematic, I'm pretty sure like 2 or 3 chapters after you miss the schematic, it'll just be added to your inventory. I'm pretty sure you can't straight up miss anything. It's just if you pick up schematics, you can get them earlier than just waiting for the game to unlock it for you. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I've never missed the Power Node schematic, so I can't vouch for that, but again, I can't imagine the devs being that evil that they would just lock the ability to actually buy power nodes. That'd be insane. So I'm assuming that, yeah, they still count. And let's just drop in by the bench and just see when to spend that extra power node, probably on the plasma cutter. And yeah, sure, well, let's just get one close to that. By the way, just like health refills if you upgrade your health in the bench, the same works with capacity. So if you have 0 bullets in your plasma cutter and you upgrade capacity, you will get a free 10, 12, 14 shots, like whatever you upgraded it to. Those will immediately refill your clip. So again, you're saving on ammo. If you're being a little bit of a scrounger, that's a great way to scrounge a little bit extra. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nice try. And another power node, just for our troubles. Oh, God. So yeah, this is more people than we saw in the entirety of Dead Space 1, by the way, just all right here. It's pretty nuts. That's weird. I kept thinking I heard someone. Weird. Oh, God. Man, it's almost like it's a bad idea to take elevators when the station's exploding. Whoa. You okay, man? Oh, Jesus! Well, I can proudly say we tried. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hey, buddy.
Isaac, over here!
Oh, what? Instant transmission? You bastard. Get over there. Whoa! Hey there.
Who are you?
It's the drugs, Isaac. They gave us drugs to make us forget. But it's all coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you calling me?
Isaac, look out.
Oh, God. Get away from me! Nice try, Lurker. Oh, Strauss is gone. Or was he ever there to begin with? I can't even tell anymore. I'm going real crazy. So yeah, Lurkers return. These little tail buggers that love to... Wait, no, not Lurkers. Leapers, sorry. Because they like to leap. They're genius naming scheme in this game. And, yeah, oh, God. God, it's really fucked up seeing, like, the children's toys and drawings everywhere through this place. Because, again, this was a colony. Like, families lived on this place. It's pretty screwed up. Oh, Jesus. The fuck? The thing exploded for no reason. There's supposed to be a necromorph that pops out of here, but there just wasn't. That's weird. Oh, well. Anyway, Mother, I'm home! Oh, God. Nice try. One thing, by the way, to watch out for the spitters is even while they're dying, their spit comes out of their corpse. I cannot believe I'm saying these words. That's so fucked up. Spit will, like, come out as they die. So, oh, Jesus. Nice try. Oh, my God. The spinner hit the door. Screw you. By the way, the plasma cutter, its special ability, or secondary fire, rotates it with a rotary module. So, yeah, it's extremely useful for getting those precise shots. Except when you miss, like I did just there. Anyway, so yeah, watch out. Don't go over their corpses for the spitters, because spit will come out and it will hurt you as they die. Oh, sweet. This engineer suit, probably pretty stinky, so it'd be nice if I could do some laundry. I don't even want to know. Let's just move on. Are you kidding me? So yeah, as you can see, really cool. Our helmet is actually lighting up the area for us, as well as the flashlight we have, but that's so cool. Again, just those little touches they added within the same engine of just like making it, it's more Dead Space 1 except with 1,000,000 times the budget. Oh god! Am I gonna die? There we go. There we go. Nice try. So yeah, one thing to keep in mind is punching is way better in this game just because of how faster it is, and it does a little more damage. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention is that, yeah, the kinesis thing, you saw the spears earlier in the game, but one thing the game also really wants you to do is to use the spikes from the Necromorphs. So basically, the game is programmed so that if you kinesis a Necromorph, it'll automatically try and pick up the spiky bit, like so. So it'll rip the spiky bit off the Necromorph, and you can use it to impale Necromorphs. And I like how it has a smoke trail coming out of it, too. So yeah, again, if you're really going for low ammo consumption, once you kill a Necromorph, you can rip off its limbs and use that to also attack your enemies. And you can increase how much damage they'll do with the bench as well. So, again, beautiful environments in this game. So cool. Titan's Heights East Wing. That's a cool name for an apartment building. Titan Heights. That's where Zeus would live. Well, at least you're committed to not letting anyone in. Well, unless... If Isaac Clarke barged under your door, I'm sure you'd let him in. Conquering a moon! Interesting. Anyway, I feel like we probably should use med pack, so... Let's just use 2 smalls. There we go. Also, stasis packs return. Stasis packs are pretty useless in Dead Space 1 because there's stasis rechargers practically everywhere. And in Dead Space 2, they're even less useful because, yeah, stasis recharges slowly over time. So, their stasis rechargers not as frequent as Dead Space 1, but still, they're kind of frequent.
Is the entire sprawl infected? How this happened? The marker was destroyed, Dana. I destroyed it.
You destroyed a marker, Isaac. Tybin built another one.
Are you kidding me?
Station? Why?
It's powerful alien technology. Tybin wants that power. Get to the tram. It'll take you to the Cassini Tower's tram station.
Dana? Damn it.
God. It's pretty cool, though, because, like, there's not, like, this huge plot dump at the very beginning of the game or anything. Like here's what happened between the games. Like, Isaac, like, has no memory of anything, so he's learning it as the player does, so I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, the screams seemingly never end, unfortunately. And, oh, well, this looks like a lovely time. The way that corpse vibrated was kind of creepy. Oh, God. It's gonna be okay. Oh, apparently she's... Whoa. We can ride till we die. Anyway, oh god. I totally didn't know that was gonna happen. Break the crate. There we go. Okay, so I actually have a ultimate pro tip for you guys. This is actually if you're on a hardcore playthrough, this room right here is a fantastic place to turn around because not only is there a dangerous enemy in that room, but also this is a pretty long time until we're going to be finding another area to actually deposit our inventory. We won't be. It's going to be a long time after setting in this room before we actually get to a store, and your inventory is going to be filled. At this point, we only have 2 slots left, and we're going to be going for a store for at least another 20 minutes. So I'd actually recommend, especially if you're on a hardcore playthrough, turning around at this point and heading back to the store. because it's a little bit of a trip. It's like a 3-minute backtracking spree maybe, but I'd say it's absolutely worth it. So I'm gonna backtrack to the store. I'm gonna sell most of my inventory, and then I'm gonna meet you back at that door. Which, by the way, that door will lock as soon as we go through it. So that's why we need to turn around right there. Because if you go through that door, it'll lock and you cannot backtrack. That's why I'd recommend going back right now. See you on the other side.